2017 Carolina football season tickets are on sale now.
Big day for Carolina football. The 2017 schedule announced, and we're here to talk about it. I'm Jones Angell. He's former Tar Heel wide receiver Taylor Vippolis. And Vip, boy, a tough slate coming up for the Tar Heels in 2017. There's been some anticipation for this schedule, but when you see it down on paper, you realize, boy, this is a quality set for the Heels.
A lot of big games, a Power 5 game against Cal, your crossover game against Louisville, Notre Dame, you're seeing them this year, and then a lot of great ACC teams. Let's
start with Cal. The Tar Heels again start the season with a Power 5 opponent. This starts a home and home with the Golden Bears. Carolina will make the trip across the country next season, but they start here at home against a big team in Cal.
Justin Wilcox is coming over from Wisconsin. He was their defensive coordinator. Those games are really hard to prepare for because you don't have too much film going off of, so you're just looking at their previous stops, and hopefully Coach Fedora sees something from Wisconsin and whoever his offensive coordinator is that hopefully gives us an advantage.
Then you mentioned this, Vip, at the top, but some ACC, the crossover game this year that rotates. The Tar Heels get Louisville. Of course, the Heisman Trophy winner, Lamar Jackson, will be here in Kenan Stadium. First time since the 60s that a Heisman Trophy winner will be here in Chapel Hill. And then Carolina is on Notre Dame's slate, one of 5 ACC teams to face the Fighting Irish, and just those two teams alone really beef up this schedule.
Yeah, it's going to be a really cool experience seeing Lamar Jackson actually in person here in Chapel Hill. There's going to be a lot of hype around that game, and hopefully Coach Chizik and the defensive staff can come up with a game plan for that. And then you're catching Notre Dame at the perfect time to play them. They're coming off a 4-8 season. They're losing Deshaun Kaiser, who's in the running for being the first quarterback taken, along with our Mitch Trubisky. So, big game.
It should be a lot of fun here in Kenan Stadium. Unfortunately, Vip, they can't play them all here in Chapel Hill, and you see that particularly at the end of the season. 2 of Carolina's final 3 overall games, and then if you just talk about conference games, 3 of their last 4 on the road. That includes a trip to NC State, a Thursday night game at Pitt, which is always a tough trip. So, boy, some really tough trips late in the season that are going to be big in the conference race.
Another game at Blacksburg. Blacksburg was probably one of my favorite experiences as a player. And then you want to get revenge against NC State to close out the year and end with a win before a hopeful bowl game.
Also, there may be a unique game on there that you noticed at Old Dominion early in the season. Get used to some of those games. The Tar Heels have signed several home-and-home opportunities with some regional group of 5 type of teams. The Heels are doing that in lieu of having big payoff games where they have to pay teams for just a one-off to come here to Kenan Stadium. So Carolina is playing Charlotte in a home-and-home, Old Dominion in a home-and-home, and teams like that in the coming years. So even though it may be a trip the Tar Heels don't take very often, it is the type of trip that you'll see Carolina take a little bit more here in the coming seasons. Boy, it should be a fun schedule. 7 home games, a lot of quality teams coming into Kenan Stadium next season for the Tar Heels. Thanks for being with us here on GoHeels.com.